Ladies and gentlemen, life is a series of moments, some filled with joy, others with challenges. But here's the truth, we only get one life, one chance to make an impact, to make a difference, and to live fully. Every single day that we breathe is an opportunity to create, to learn, and to grow. And yet, many of us, often without realizing it, fall into the trap of wasting time, thinking we have endless days ahead. We wait for the right moment, for the perfect time to start living fully. But let me tell you this, the right moment is always now. The perfect time is always today. So let's talk about how we can make the rest of our lives truly productive, meaningful, and full of purpose. We all carry with us the weight of our past experiences, the memories of things we've done, things we've said, and the mistakes we've made. The past often becomes a lens through which we view our present, and sometimes it can cast a shadow over the future we dream of. We might tell ourselves that we are too old, too broken, or too far gone to achieve the things we truly want in life. But here's the truth, your past does not have to define you. What happened yesterday, last year, or even a decade ago is not who you are today. You have the power to reshape your story and create a new path moving forward. When we say believe in your ability to create a powerful future, what we're really saying is that no matter what has come before, you have the ability to choose how you move forward. You are not bound by the mistakes, failures, or shortcomings of your past. Your future is shaped by the choices you make in the present moment. It's easy to get stuck in the cycle of regret, to think about how things could have been different if we had done this or that. But regret only holds power over us if we allow it to. Instead, we have the ability to look at our past as a teacher, not a judge. Our past has given us wisdom, resilience, and insight. It's up to us whether we let that wisdom propel us into a brighter future or keep us anchored in a place of fear and hesitation. Believing in your ability to create a powerful future is about shifting your mindset. It is about changing it's about letting go of limiting beliefs and embracing the fact that you are capable of growth, change, and success. It's not about denying the difficulties of the past or pretending they didn't exist. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then choosing to move beyond them. Every day is a new opportunity to make choices that align with the person you want to become, with the life you want to create. If you allow your past to dictate your future, you will never be able to step into the fullness of your potential. But if you believe that today is the starting point of something new, then you unlock the power to make changes, take risks, and take action. One of the key factors in creating a powerful future is having the courage to let go of the narrative that you are stuck in. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that where you are right now is where you'll always be. The circumstances of your life can sometimes feel overwhelming, and it might seem like the odds are stacked against you. But every great success story starts with someone who believed in their ability to create a new chapter, even when the odds were low and the road ahead was unclear. The future is not a destination, it's a journey, and that journey begins with your mindset. If you believe that you can change, that you can grow, and that you can overcome, then the possibilities are endless. Your past, no matter how painful or challenging, does not have to dictate your trajectory. The most successful people in the world have faced setbacks, failures, and obstacles. What sets them apart is not their past, but their ability to rise above it, to learn from it, and to keep moving forward. It's about cultivating the belief that the future you want is possible, regardless of what's happened before. Life is constantly shifting, and while we can't control every aspect of it, we can control how we respond to it. And how we respond can make all the difference. To believe in your ability to create a powerful future is to step into the driver's seat of your own life. It's about taking ownership of your actions, your decisions, and your direction. You have the power to decide where you go from here. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the right circumstances to take action. It's about understanding that the only perfect time is right now. You are the author of your own story, and you have the pen in your hand. No matter what chapter you've come from, you get to decide how the next one unfolds. This journey won't be easy. and it won't be perfect. But the beauty lies in the fact that you are capable of creating something new, something better, regardless of the mistakes or setbacks of the past. You can choose to let go of limiting beliefs, to embrace the lessons you've learned, and to take bold steps into the future that you envision for yourself. The past is a part of you, but it does not have to define you. You have the power to believe in yourself, to believe in your ability to create a future that is full of possibility, and to take the necessary steps to make that future your reality. Productivity has become a buzzword in today's world. Everywhere we turn, we are encouraged to do more, to hustle harder, and to constantly stay busy. But here's the thing, being busy is not the same as being productive. Too often we confuse activity with progress. We find ourselves caught up in a cycle of doing without ever stopping to ask ourselves if what we are doing truly matters, if it is aligned with our goals, or if it is contributing to our overall well-being. True productivity is not about checking off tasks for the sake of checking off tasks. It's about focusing on what brings value and moving closer to the life we desire. In a world that constantly demands more from us, it is easy to get lost in the noise. We're juggling multiple responsibilities, work, family, relationships, personal goals, and sometimes it feels like we can't keep up. But the key to real productivity lies in learning how to prioritize and focus on what truly matters. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. The first step in achieving real productivity is understanding what is important to you. What are the things that align with your values, with your vision for the future, and with the goals you want to achieve? Once you identify those, you can begin to direct your time and energy toward them, rather than allowing yourself to be swept away by distractions. The constant pressure to be busy can also lead to burnout. When we fill every moment with tasks and obligations, we neglect the importance of rest and rejuvenation. Productivity isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Rest is just as crucial to productivity as action. Without rest, without moments of reflection and recovery, we cannot perform at our best. Burnout occurs when we push ourselves beyond our limits, without giving ourselves the chance to recharge. True productivity is about finding balance, knowing when to push forward and when to step back. It's about understanding that productivity is not a constant, unbroken sprint, but a series of bursts of focused work followed by rest and reflection. Another key aspect of productivity is learning how to say no. In our desire to be helpful, to please others, or to keep up with the expectations placed upon us, we often overcommit ourselves. We take on tasks that aren't aligned with our goals, that drain our energy, or that simply don't add value to our lives. Saying no can be difficult, especially when we fear disappointing others. But it is a crucial skill in preserving our time and energy for what truly matters. When we say yes to everything, we end up saying no to the things that are most important to us. Learning to say no is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. It's about being intentional with our time, making sure that we're investing it in the things that bring us closer to our purpose. True productivity is also about setting boundaries. We live in a world where the lines between work and personal life have become increasingly blurred. With the rise of technology and the constant availability of communication, it's easy to feel like we must always be on. But without boundaries, we risk losing ourselves to the demands of others. Boundaries allow us to protect our time, energy, and focus, ensuring that we are not constantly pulled in different directions. Setting clear boundaries helps us stay focused on what matters most, whether that's our work, our personal lives, or our own well-being. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines that allow us to live more fully with intention and purpose. To truly be productive, we must also learn the art of deep work, working in focused blocks of time, free from distractions. In a world full of notifications, emails, and constant interruptions, deep work has become a rare and valuable skill. When we can immerse ourselves fully in a task, when we can block out all all external distractions and focus solely on what we are doing, we produce our best work. Deep work allows us to tap into our full potential and achieve more in less time. It requires discipline, but the rewards are immeasurable. Instead of spreading ourselves thin, bouncing from one task to another, we can devote ourselves fully to what truly matters, accomplishing more with greater efficiency and satisfaction. In the end, productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters with focus and intent. It's about taking ownership of your time, your energy, and your actions, and ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to your goals. True productivity allows us to live with purpose, to create meaningful work, and to maintain a sense of balance in our lives. It's not about how much we accomplish, but about how much of what we accomplish contributes to the life we want to create. When we focus on what matters, we not only become more productive, but also more fulfilled, more aligned with our true purpose, and more connected to the life we've always dreamed of. Our self-worth is the foundation upon which we build our lives. It shapes how we view ourselves and how we allow others to treat us. Yet too often we tie our value to external factors, how others perceive us, our achievements, our possessions, or even our appearance. We believe that our worth is defined by these things, that if we have more of them, or if others see us in a certain way, we will be more valuable. But in reality, self-worth does not depend on external validation. It's not something that can be earned, bought, or proved. It is intrinsic to who we are as human beings. It is the quiet understanding that we are enough just as we are. The trouble comes when we start to depend on others to affirm our value. We might look for validation in the form of praise, recognition, or approval from those around us, or be praised in the form of approval from those we approve of. It can feel good in the moment, but this external validation is fleeting. What happens when it's no longer there? What happens when the praise fades, or when we don't meet the expectations of others? If we rely solely on external factors to determine our worth, we risk losing ourselves in the process. Our sense of value becomes tied to the whims and judgments of others, leaving us vulnerable to disappointment, frustration, and a sense of inadequacy. True self-worth comes from within. It is about recognizing that your value is not determined by your achievements or the approval of others, but by the simple fact that you exist. You are worthy simply because you are you. This understanding allows us to live more authentically, to make decisions based on our true desires and values, rather than seeking approval or chasing after external markers of success. When we truly believe in our inherent worth, we no longer feel the need to prove ourselves to others or seek their validation. We can stand tall in our own skin, knowing that we are enough. To cultivate self-worth, we must first learn to accept ourselves. This means embracing both our strengths and our flaws, acknowledging the parts of ourselves we may not always like, and making peace with them. Self-acceptance is the key to building self-worth. It is about loving ourselves despite our imperfections and recognizing that we are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, even when we fall short of our own expectations or the expectations of others. Self-worth is not about being perfect. It's about being whole and accepting ourselves in all of our complexity. One of the most powerful aspects of self-worth is learning to set boundaries. When we truly understand our value, we stop allowing others to treat us in ways that are not aligned with our worth. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They are an acknowledgement that we deserve to be treated with dignity, and they protect us from people who may seek to diminish or manipulate us. Setting boundaries can be difficult, especially when we fear conflict or rejection, but they are essential for maintaining our emotional and mental well-being. Boundaries are not walls that keep people out. They are guidelines that protect our time, energy, and emotional health. Another aspect of self-worth is letting go of the need for external approval. It's easy to seek approval from others, to want to be liked, or to crave praise for our accomplishments, but this external external validation is like chasing a moving target. The more we seek it, the more we find ourselves constantly trying to prove ourselves, often at the cost of our own happiness. When we stop seeking external approval, we free ourselves from the need to please others. We no longer feel the pressure to live up to someone else's standards. We can focus on what truly matters to us and make decisions that align with our values rather than seeking validation from the outside world. Building self-worth also means learning to forgive ourselves. We all make mistakes. We all fall short sometimes. But those mistakes do not diminish our worth. In fact, they are often the greatest teachers. They help us grow, learn, and evolve into stronger, wiser individuals. When we forgive ourselves, we acknowledge that we are human, that we are allowed to make mistakes, and that our value is not contingent upon our perfection. Forgiving ourselves frees us from the weight of shame and guilt and allows us to move forward with a sense of peace and acceptance. Ultimately, self-worth is about believing in yourself even when the world doesn't. It's about recognizing that you are enough exactly as you are and that you deserve the same love, respect, and kindness that you freely offer to others. It is a foundation that you build upon day by day through self-acceptance, boundary setting, and self-forgiveness. When you truly understand your worth, you will never again feel the need to prove yourself or seek validation from outside sources. You will stand firm in the knowledge that you are enough, that you have always been enough, and that your worth is not up for debate. Speaking your truth is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It is the act of expressing your authentic thoughts, feelings, and desires without fear or hesitation. When we speak our truth, we are showing up as our true selves, unmasked and unfiltered. This act of honesty not only strengthens our sense of self, but it also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others. However, many of us struggle with speaking our truth. We fear rejection, judgment, or conflict. We worry that our words might hurt others, or that we might not be accepted for who we truly are. But in holding back, in choosing silence over honesty, we do a disservice to ourselves and the relationships around us. We keep our true selves hidden, and in doing so, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to experience authentic, fulfilling connections. The first challenge in speaking your truth is recognizing the importance of your own voice. Too often, we dismiss our thoughts and feelings as unimportant, especially when they conflict with opinions or desires of others. We may feel that our truth is too small, too insignificant, or too controversial, but the reality is that your truth matters. Your perspective, your experiences, and your emotions are valid. They deserve to be heard. Speaking your truth is not about imposing your beliefs on others or demanding that they agree with you. It is about honoring your own experiences and expressing them authentically. When we suppress our truth, we diminish our own worth and we deny the world the opportunity to see who we truly are. Another challenge is the fear of conflict. The truth is, speaking your truth can sometimes lead to discomfort. It can create tension in relationships, especially if what you're saying challenges the status quo or disrupts the expectations others have of you. But conflict is not something to shy away from. It is a natural part of any relationship. When handled with respect and empathy, conflict can lead to growth and understanding. By speaking your truth, you invite others to do the same. You create a space for open dialogue where both parties can share their perspectives and work toward mutual understanding. This is the foundation of healthy, authentic relationships. Relationships where both individuals feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. One of the most freeing aspects of speaking your truth is the liberation it brings. When you no longer hold back, when you speak openly about what you believe, how you feel, and what you need, you release the weight of uncertainty unspoken thoughts and emotions. Carrying around unexpressed truths can be exhausting. It creates an internal tension, a sense of being misunderstood or unseen. By speaking your truth, you free yourself from this burden. You allow yourself to be fully present, to live without the constant pressure of suppressing who you are. This freedom is empowering. It enables you to live with greater authenticity, to make decisions that align with your true desires, and to pursue the life that you truly want rather than one dictated by the expectations of others. Speaking your truth also requires a deep sense of self-awareness. To speak authentically, you must first understand yourself. This means taking the time to reflect on your values, your needs, and your desires. It means being honest with yourself about what you truly want, as well as what you are willing to accept from others. Self-awareness is the foundation of speaking your truth because it allows you to express your feelings and opinions with clarity and confidence. It helps you to know what is important to you, and it gives you the strength to communicate it effectively. Without self-awareness, we risk speaking from a place of fear, insecurity, or confusion. However, speaking your truth is not about being harsh or aggressive. It is about being clear and honest while also being compassionate and respectful of others. It's about finding the balance between expressing your truth and considering the impact your words may have. This is where empathy comes into play. While it is important to be honest, it is equally important to communicate in a way that respects the feelings and perspectives of those around you. Speaking your truth with kindness and understanding allows you to maintain healthy, respectful relationships, even when difficult topics are being discussed. Speaking your truth is a form of self-respect. It is a declaration that you value yourself enough to be honest, even when it feels vulnerable or uncomfortable. It is an acknowledgement that your thoughts and feelings are important and that you have the right to express them. When you speak your truth, you affirm your own worth. You show the world that you are not afraid to stand in your authenticity, regardless of what others may think or how they may respond. In doing so, you create a life that is aligned with your true self, and you invite others to do the same. Speaking your truth is not just an act of courage. It is an act of love for yourself and for the people you share your life with. We are constantly surrounded by relationships, some that uplift and inspire us, and others that drain our energy and leave us feeling empty. The truth is, not all relationships are meant to stay in our lives forever. Some people come into our lives to teach us lessons, to challenge us, or to offer temporary support, while others stay with us through thick and thin, becoming the pillars that hold us up when we need it most. It's essential to recognize that not all relationships are equal, and part of creating a meaningful life involves choosing to prioritize the ones that nourish our souls, help us grow, and bring us peace. The relationships that drain us, that offer little in return, or that consistently leave us feeling unappreciated should be re-examined. And we should not be afraid to let go when necessary. One of the first steps in prioritizing relationships that nourish us is learning to recognize the ones that drain us. It's easy to overlook the subtle signs that a relationship may not be serving us well. Perhaps the person constantly demands your time and attention, but never offers anything meaningful in return. Maybe you feel emotionally exhausted after spending time with them, as though their energy is constantly pulling from yours. In some cases, we might even feel guilty for feeling drained or unfulfilled by these relationships, as if we owe them something because of history or shared experience. However, it is crucial to realize that maintaining a relationship out of obligation or guilt only perpetuates an unhealthy dynamic. True connections are built on mutual respect, care, and reciprocity. If a relationship consistently leaves you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, or misunderstood, it's time to reassess whether it is truly worth your energy. The next step in prioritizing nourishing relationships is recognizing your own worth. Often we get caught up in trying to please others, in striving to meet their expectations, or in doing everything we can to avoid conflict. But this only leads us to neglect our own needs and desires. By prioritizing the people who respect us, who support us, and who bring out the best in us, we are not being selfish. We are being responsible for our own emotional health. Every relationship takes up a portion of our time, energy, and attention, and it's important that we allocate those resources wisely. If we continually invest in relationships that offer little in return, we end up with less for ourselves, and eventually we have nothing left to give. Once we have identified the relationships that are truly nourishing, we must commit to giving them the time and attention they deserve. These are the relationships that make us feel seen, heard, and loved. They are the ones that celebrate our victories, provide support during our struggles, and encourage our growth. These relationships are not about perfection or constant harmony, but about mutual understanding, respect, and growth. In nourishing relationships, we feel safe to be vulnerable, to share our fears and dreams, and to be our authentic selves without fear of judgment. These connections help us to thrive, to become the best version of ourselves, and to achieve the things we desire in life. Nourishing relationships also foster a sense of belonging and security. We all need people in our lives who genuinely care for us, who can offer a listening ear, and who are there to support us when we need it most. When we invest in relationships that nurture us, we create a network of people who are there to celebrate our wins and offer comfort during our losses. These relationships give us the strength to face challenges head on, knowing that we are not alone. They remind us that we are worthy of love, kindness, and respect, and that we deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift us. Setting boundaries is another crucial element of maintaining nourishing relationships. We must be able to say no when something doesn't serve our well-being or when we feel like our energy is being depleted. Healthy boundaries allow us to preserve our emotional health while still being there for the people we care about. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They are about ensuring that our relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding. When we fail to set boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed, resentful, or emotionally drained. Boundaries allow us to protect our time and energy, ensuring that we are only giving to relationships that are truly worth it. At the same time, prioritizing nourishing relationships doesn't mean that we need to keep everyone around us. It's okay to let go of relationships that no longer serve us. This doesn't mean that we have to cut ties with people harshly or with malice. Sometimes it simply means creating distance, reducing the time we spend with people who drain us, and redirecting our energy toward relationships that help us grow. It's an act of self-respect. Letting go of toxic or draining relationships frees us to make room for the people who bring us joy, peace, and fulfillment. Prioritizing relationships that nourish us is a form of self-care. It's about taking ownership of the people we allow into our lives and ensuring that they contribute positively to our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. By focusing on the relationships that support, uplift, and inspire us, we are better equipped to thrive and live a life that aligns with our true values and desires. We become more resilient, more fulfilled, and more connected to ourselves and others.
that song.